Something is happening behind the scenes of modern cinema, and almost no one is talking about it. Johnny Depp is not disappearing. He's not fading away. He's not being pushed out. He's choosing to vanish. But not for the reasons you've been told. Because in 2026, the battlefield of art is no longer the box office. It's the algorithm. And Depp may have just made the first real move to escape it. We've entered a new phase of digital control. Not censorship as we used to understand it, manual, reactive, visible, but something far more precise, predictive, invisible. Today's distribution systems don't just host content. They analyze it before it ever reaches you. Every performance, every line, every emotional shift is scanned through layers of machine interpretation. Facial microexpressions, voice stress patterns, even implied intent, all processed in real time, flagged, scored, filtered, before a single frame reaches a global audience. Streaming platforms no longer wait for backlash. They anticipate it. And anything that falls outside acceptable emotional boundaries is quietly suppressed or reshaped. Not removed, not banned, just adjusted, cleaned, optimized. Art is no longer being judged by humans first. It's being judged by systems trained to avoid risk at all costs, which means raw, unpredictable, uncomfortable performances are becoming liabilities. For most actors, this is just the new normal. But for someone like Johnny Depp, whose entire career has been built on unpredictability, intensity, and defiance, this system isn't just limiting, it's suffocating. And that's where the shift begins. Instead of adapting to the system, Depp is stepping outside of it. Completely. No streaming deals. No global digital rollout. No algorithmic distribution pipelines. Instead, he's moving towards something that sounds almost outdated. Physical cinema, but not the kind you're thinking of. Not mainstream theaters tied into digital networks. Something far more controlled, more isolated, more invisible. Private, offline screenings. Rooms where the projectors are not connected to any network. No cloud synchronization. No data feedback. No real-time monitoring. Just a film, a screen, and an audience. Inside these spaces, something unusual happens. For the first time in years, the performance exists exactly as it was created. Untouched, unfiltered, unseen by the systems that would normally reshape it. It's not nostalgia, it's strategy. By removing his work from the digital grid, Depp creates a perimeter where algorithms can't reach. Here's what most people don't realize. In 2026, digital films are no longer static. They're adaptive. Subtle layers of software can adjust tone, pacing, even micro-reactions to better align with audience comfort levels. A scene that feels too intense? Softened. A reaction that feels too real? Dialed back. An emotional moment that lingers too long? Trimmed for engagement. Not by directors, not by actors, but by systems trained on behavioral data. This is the rise of the clean version. Not censored in the traditional sense, but smoothed into something safer, more predictable, more compliant. For an actor like Johnny Depp, whose performances thrive on chaos, tension, and raw humanity, this is more than a technical issue. It's a distortion of identity. By shifting to offline screenings, he removes that layer entirely. What the camera captured is exactly what the audience sees. No adjustments, no corrections, no interference, just human performance in its most unfiltered form. But the system doesn't just analyze the content, it analyzes you. Modern devices track subtle viewer reactions, eye movement, facial tension, attention shifts, even emotional engagement patterns. This data feeds back into the same systems that shape future content. It's a loop. You react, the system learns, the system adjusts. And over time, content becomes engineered to guide your emotions, not challenge them, not disrupt them, but keep them within predictable limits. Offline theaters break that loop. No censors, no tracking, no behavioral data being harvested. For the first time in years, the connection between actor and audience becomes private again. Direct, unmeasured, uncontrolled. It's not just about protecting the film. It's about protecting the experience. And this is bigger than one actor. What Depp is doing is being watched very closely, because if it works, it changes everything. It proves that art doesn't need algorithms to survive. That storytelling doesn't require platforms to exist. That visibility is not the same as impact. And that idea is dangerous. Because if creators begin stepping away, building underground circuits, private screenings, localized releases, then the system loses its grip. Not all at once, but slowly, quietly. This isn't a rebellion you can trend. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't show up in your feed, because it was never meant to. It exists in the shadows, in rooms without connections, in moments that can't be tracked, or optimized, or reshaped. So no, Johnny Depp isn't disappearing. He's doing something far more disruptive. He's making his work invisible to the system that controls everything else. And in a world where every piece of content is watched, measured, and reshaped, maybe the most powerful move left is to create something that can't be touched at all.